Congressman Dan Kildee is here. Good evening, sir. And I don't know if you heard the interview before, but I can tell you that your constituents, Amir's family, are, they're very grateful because you've really been doing everything you can to try to help bring him home.
Well, thanks, Greta, and I really appreciate you bringing attention to this case. It makes a difference. We know that when the American people speak up, the Iranian government listens, and so we encourage people to speak out, and your bringing attention to this case makes a big difference. We want people to use social media, use hashtag #FreeAmirNow to express themselves on this.
Congressman, we should bring every American home, but, it's particularly painful to all of us when it's a Marine or when it's a member of our military who has put his or her life on the line for us. I mean, this is a Marine that's sitting in one of the worst prisons in the world.
It is, and this is a young man who's born here in the United States, grew up here in Flint, Michigan, my hometown, served his government, served his country in the Marine Corps, and most likely because of that service is being treated by the Iranian government as a political prisoner. He's an innocent man. He's done nothing wrong, and he's simply become a pawn in a geopolitical struggle between Iran and the rest of the world.
When you spoke to President Obama, you've talked to him twice or mentioned it twice to him. What has he said?
Well, I've spoken to the president a number of times about this. I spoke to him again in February, and he's very familiar with Amir's case. So I'm satisfied that the president understands the urgency of this, and I continue to press him and the State Department. We don't want Amir's freedom to be a condition of this nuclear agreement, but on the other hand, I, as a member of Congress, many other of my colleagues, cannot accept an agreement with Iran on its face unless Iran releases the political prisoners, the Americans that it holds, and particularly Amir Hekmati. So I think it's right that we negotiate an agreement to limit their nuclear capabilities, but it's hard to take any agreement with them seriously if they continue to hold innocent people for political purposes.
So just so I'm straight, if your constituent is not released, that you would vote no on the agreement as you understand the agreement is today?
Well, it's hard to accept the agreement on its face without Amir being freed. I support the negotiation, and I actually, from what I've seen, support the elements of the agreement as they've been described to me. But I think Iran needs to understand that it's going to be very difficult for the Congress of the United States to take at face value an agreement that we think is the right step forward if they continue to hold prisoners. And so we're sending a very strong message to the Iranian government.
So it's not a bright line.
It's not a bright line. And I wouldn't want to create as a precondition to concessions at the negotiating table over nuclear capabilities freedom for a man who's innocent. He should be freed no matter what. But I just want to make sure that the Iranian government understands where the American people are, and as a member of Congress, we will not accept them into the international community if they hold political prisoners. No agreement at all can be taken on face value unless they release Amir Hekmati.
Congressman, thank you very much, sir.